Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Inside Spurs Show. Happy Tuesday morning as you see this. Obviously, I'm wearing the same thing as I was wearing on Monday because I'm recording this on Monday. I hope you're well, I hope you're okay. I hope the week is treating you as well as it possibly can treat you. This video is obviously the loan roundup. We talk about all the guys out on loan, the good, the bad, the ugly. There's a lot of good, again, which is nice. There is some ugly, which, it is what it is. That's what the world is like. Well, so if you watch this, subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. Let's talk about the guys out online because there's some good stuff. There is some good stuff. I want to start with a goal scorer who's a goalkeeper. Josh Keeley scoring in the 99th minute in the FA Cup second round with Oldham Athletic. He scored in the 99th minute, right? That took it to extra time. They then won it in the 121st minute. So if you don't know what extra time is like, it is 120 minutes and obviously added on time. And they did that. And Leyton Orient should have won this. They had double the shots, pretty much double the shots on target, more possession. They had 10 more corners. It shouldn't have really gotten to this point, but the fact they did it is great. And actually, if you haven't seen Josh Keeley's goal, I recommend going to watch that because it was fantastic, actually. You wouldn't think he's a goalkeeper. But no, really happy for Josh and Leyton Orient. It's nice when things like that come around. Donnelly was on the bench, to give you a heads up. Just want to double check when he was brought on because he did get booked in the 85th minute. He was brought on the 72nd minute. So he was a key part into them coming back into the game. And hopefully he starts to play more and more minutes. Flashing over to Leeds United, losing 1-0 away to Blackburn Rovers. Manor Solomon didn't start in this game. Obviously has had some success recently, but hasn't played a ton of football, so probably easing him back. Came on the 69th minute for Wilfred Nonso. Losing 1-0 to Blackburn away is not a great result, but Blackburn are fighting for the playoffs. They are 2 points off of sixth, which is obviously the last playoff spot. Leeds are in the first playoff spot in third. They are 3 points behind Sheffield United, who are top. So still a good season for Leeds. Scoring goals, nearly averaging 2 a game. They're conceding less than 1 a game, so they're doing well. I think they'll be back in the Premier League next year. I really do. And, that's only good for us if we want to move off of Manor Solomon, Flexing over to Oxford United, 1-1 draw at home to Millwall. Shout out, by the way, Millwall. Jaffet Tanganga scoring again. So good to see Jaffet on the scoreline. In terms of Dane started the game, played 61 minutes before getting substituted. He's having a good spell. At Oxford United. Oxford right now sitting in 17th. It's a weird one with the Championship. The last relegation spot of 22nd, all the way up to Oxford United are in 17th, is 3 points. 16th is even 3 points. So he's still having a good loan spell. This is great for us in the long run. People talk about, are we going to have Valise? Are we going to have Dane Scarlett? Are we going to have Lancashire in the squad? Do you know what? He's getting minutes and scoring goals in the Championship, and that is invaluable experience. Tough experience. Ashley Phillips, Stoke City losing 2-0 at home to Burnley. Burnley, obviously, second in the league. Stoke's down in 14th. It's a tough one, really, with Stoke City, but playing a back three, they're changing systems quite frequently. Ashley Phillips did play the full 90, and it's tough, but these are the games that you learn a lot from, and Ashley will learn a lot from it. I'm not worried. Let's jump over to Spain because I want to talk about Girona and Espanyol. Now Girona, obviously Brian Gil. Old Brian's playing a lot of minutes. He plays most weeks, 90 minutes. He's been scoring goals recently, but they drew 2 away to Villarreal. Villarreal sitting in 5th. Girona have had a bit of a comeback in terms of form. They did win 3 in a row before this. They're sitting in 7th now. So the amount of times we were talking about them being 10th or 12th, they're now 7th. They are 4 points behind the Champions League spots of Athletic Bilbao. So look, all in all, they're doing well, Girona. Yeah, they're still in for the Champions League. I don't exactly remember how they're doing in the Champions League. I don't think they're doing great, but Brian Hill's having a fantastic loan spell. And actually it's good for us when we talk about like Manor Solomon. The more he plays, the better, obviously, the club does, the more likely they'll be wanting to keep him permanently. If they want to keep him permanently and Spurs can make a few quid, happy days. Espanyol winning 3-1 at home to Celta Vigo, which is a good result. Espanyol are in the relegation zone at the moment. Celta Vigo is sitting in mid-table. Celta Vigo are 11th, Espanyol are 18th, and there's only separating them by 5 points. Valise did not start in this game. He didn't even feature. He was on the bench. There you go. Jonah Cardoso, by the way, didn't play again this weekend, still out. So nothing about him. And then Barnsley, Matthew Craig didn't feature in their loss in the FA Cup on penalties at home to Bristol Rovers. Hopefully he starts placing because he's been missing a lot of minutes recently. And ideally, we want him back in the team. Another goal scorer, though, George Abbott down in Notts County. They lost 4-3 away to Peterborough. I mean, they scored all 3 of their shots on target. They only created 5. Peterborough created 17 shots, having 10 on target. You know, it's a tough one. George played actually a lot further forward in this game, which was nice. But, you know, in the FA Cup, you're playing against a team in a league above. It's never easy, especially when you're away from home. They gave a good account of themselves. Their season isn't defined by FA Cup progress. Their season is defined by seeing if they can get into League One. And finishing off over in Belgium with obviously Alfie Devine and Vuskovic drawing 2-2 at home to Ghent. I mean, Ghent above them in the league by only a point. One of those that you would hope to have won, try and climb above Ghent and, try and maybe strike a good run of form because they're only 5 points behind third, which is Antwerp at the moment, Westerlo. So they need a good run of form. They both played the full 90. Alfie Devine playing further back, sort of in a more holding/8 role. Obviously, he had played further forward in previous games in the 10 and scoring a couple. But look, again, like I talk about other players, the fact they're playing is just the benefit of this all. The more experience they get is better. And, let's see what Vuskovic and Alfie bring back next season. Do they, we expect Vuskovic to be in the first team squad. Let's see what Alfie gives us. There's some good stuff in there. Obviously, goal scorers. Josh Keeley, Josh Keeley winning is the important thing. Him scoring as a goalkeeper is always just a little fun thing to talk about. But yeah, some good stuff in there. And for the long run, the better the situation is great. But also, the more the people play is the best thing for us. Especially where we're going to probably try and cash in on Solomon. We're going to try and cash in on Brian Hill. Let's see if we can make a few quid out of them and add to the transfer kitty in the summer, which we need to spend, and we need to have a big summer. But we'll talk about that later. But thanks for joining me. Let me know your thoughts down in videos down below at the boys out on loan. Obviously, subscribe if you're new, bell notification for more, and I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Take care, everyone. Peace.